In the realm of horror and mystery, few genres have the ability to combine the thrills of suspense with the unsettling atmosphere of the supernatural, like the 2020 film The Inheritance. Directed by Chad Barager and Kevin Speckmaier, this chilling thriller takes viewers on a dark journey through the heart of Eastern Europe, where an ordinary woman's inheritance leads her into a world of family secrets, eerie legends, and terrifying truths. The film effortlessly intertwines themes of suspense, the supernatural, and familial bonds, creating a haunting narrative that will keep you on the edge of your seat. In this review, we'll dive into the eerie world of The Inheritance, unravel its complex plot, and explore the ways in which it masters the art of tension building, storytelling, and character development. The story of The Inheritance unfolds in the shadowy, atmospheric landscapes of Eastern Europe, a region rich in history, folklore, and ancient mystery. From the moment the film begins, the setting itself feels like a character, heavily influencing the narrative and contributing to the eerie atmosphere. Eastern Europe has long been a popular setting for horror films, with its cobbled streets, aged buildings, and dark forests providing the perfect backdrop for tales of family curses, dark secrets, and supernatural occurrences. In The Inheritance, the location is not just a physical place, but also a symbolic one, a land steeped in mystery and haunted by the sins of the past. As our protagonist, played by Andrea Stefancikova, receives a surprise inheritance from a family she barely knows, the setting becomes more than just a backdrop for the unfolding drama. The dark, oppressive atmosphere of the town she visits amplifies her sense of unease, drawing the viewer into the mystery of her family's sordid history. Every creaking door, fog-laden street, and unsettling glance from the locals adds to the pervasive sense of dread that permeates the film. The filmmakers use the haunting landscape to mirror the protagonist's growing realization that her family's past is much darker than she ever could have imagined. The town, seemingly picturesque on the surface, is revealed to be riddled with hidden dangers and unspoken truths. As Stefancikova's character ventures deeper into the mystery, the environment around her becomes increasingly oppressive, reflecting the unraveling of the family's darkest secrets. Andrea Stefancikova plays the film's central character, a woman who unexpectedly inherits a legacy from a family she knows very little about. This inheritance, however, is far from a simple material possession or a mundane family heirloom. It is a door into a dark past, one that threatens to engulf her as she travels to Eastern Europe to unravel the truth. Stefancikova's portrayal of the protagonist is one of the film's strongest points. From the outset, she presents a relatable character, an ordinary woman who finds herself thrust into a world of extraordinary circumstances. The sense of confusion, disbelief, and unease that Stefancikova conveys is palpable, drawing viewers into her emotional journey. As she unearths more about her family's history, Stefancikova's performance evolves from one of uncertainty to one of desperate determination. Her transformation is both convincing and compelling, as she navigates the blurred line between reality and nightmare. The protagonist's journey is one of self-discovery, but also one of dread. What begins as an innocent search for answers quickly turns into a terrifying descent into a nightmare. As the secrets of her family's past begin to surface, Stefancikova's character is faced with the horrifying realization that her inheritance may not only threaten her future, but may also unravel everything she holds dear. At the heart of The Inheritance lies the mystery of the protagonist's family legacy. As she delves deeper into her family's history, she uncovers long-buried secrets that tie her to a dark and sinister past. The film explores the theme of legacy in a unique and unsettling way, as the inheritance isn't just a physical object, but also a metaphysical curse that looms over generations. The family's legacy is one of guilt and atonement, with the sins of the past reverberating through time and affecting the present. As the protagonist uncovers more about her ancestors' actions, she realizes that the family is bound by a curse that seems to follow them wherever they go. The film's exploration of guilt and familial duty is poignant, showing how the weight of the past can be a heavy burden that, in some cases, cannot be escaped. The protagonist struggled to reconcile her newfound knowledge with her sense of identity, adds an emotional depth to the film. As she unravels the dark secrets of her lineage, she is forced to confront not only the ghosts of the past, but also her own complicity in the family's sins. This moral dilemma drives much of the narrative, as the protagonist grapples with the knowledge that her inheritance may not only be a source of wealth, but also a symbol of the inescapable consequences of her family's actions. As the protagonist makes her way through the small town in Eastern Europe, she encounters a host of intriguing and mysterious locals, who seem to know more about her family than they are willing to admit. Among them are Natalia, Ryumina, and Nick Wittman, two characters who serve as crucial pieces in the puzzle of the protagonist's family history. Ryumina's character is one of suspicion and distrust, her eyes always darting as if she knows more than she's letting on. She represents the town's dark knowledge of the family's past, and as the film progresses, it becomes clear that she is deeply entwined in the mystery. Ryumina's performance is subtle yet haunting, with her character's cold demeanor and cryptic warnings adding to the film's suspense. Nick Wittman, on the other hand, is more approachable, yet his presence still carries an air of mystery. He acts as a guide of sorts, helping the protagonist navigate the strange town and uncover its secrets. However, as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that Wittman's motivations are not as pure as they first appear, and he may have his own dark ties to the family's legacy. Wittman's character adds layers of complexity to the plot, making it difficult for the audience to discern who can be trusted. The interactions between these characters and the protagonist are filled with tension, as they each hold pieces of the puzzle, yet none of them are entirely forthcoming. This sense of mistrust creates an atmosphere of paranoia and dread, as the protagonist begins to question the true nature of her inheritance and the role the locals play in her family's tragic history. As the protagonist continues to dig deeper into her family's history, the line between reality and the supernatural becomes increasingly blurred. What begins as a straightforward mystery soon turns into a terrifying descent into a nightmare as the protagonist begins to experience inexplicable and horrifying events. The supernatural elements in the inheritance are subtle at first, but gradually grow more intense and disturbing. Strange visions, eerie noises, and unexplainable occurrences suggest that there is something more than just human evil at work. The film expertly builds tension as the protagonist's journey into the unknown takes a terrifying turn, with the supernatural forces at play becoming more aggressive and dangerous. The horror in the inheritance is not just about jump scares or gore. It's about the creeping dread that builds over time. The supernatural elements are used to amplify the emotional stakes of the story, creating a sense of dread and inevitability that leaves the viewer on edge. The film plays with the audience's expectations, leading them to question whether the terrifying events are a result of the protagonist's unraveling sanity or the result of some malevolent force from beyond the grave. At its core, The Inheritance is a film about legacy, the inheritance of both material wealth and darker, more sinister elements. The protagonist is forced to confront the ways in which the past shapes the present and how the sins of previous generations can have lasting consequences. The film explores the idea that some legacies are not gifts, but curses that must be borne by those who inherit them. Guilt also plays a significant role in the story, as the protagonist is forced to reckon with her family's past actions. As she uncovers more about the history of her ancestors, she must confront the moral weight of their decisions and the ways in which those decisions have affected her life. The film asks profound questions about the responsibility we bear for the actions of our forebears and whether we can ever truly escape the shadow of the past. Finally, The Inheritance delves into the theme of the unknowable, the idea that there are some things in life that cannot be explained or understood. The supernatural elements of the film represent this unknowable force, a presence that cannot be reasoned with or controlled. The film leaves the audience with a lingering sense of unease, suggesting that some mysteries are simply too dark and too deep to ever fully comprehend. The Inheritance is a masterfully crafted thriller that expertly blends elements of suspense and supernatural horror. From its atmospheric setting in Eastern Europe to its complex characters and unsettling plot twists, the film keeps viewers on the edge of their seats from start to finish. Andrea Stefancikova's brilliant performance anchors the film, and the haunting visuals and eerie atmosphere add to the overall sense of dread. For fans of horror and mystery, The Inheritance is a must-watch. It's a film that challenges expectations, playing with the boundaries between reality and the supernatural, and leaving the audience with more questions than answers. If you're looking for a movie that will keep you guessing until the very end, The Inheritance is a thrilling ride you won't want to miss. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into The Inheritance, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more movie reviews and explorations into the darker side of cinema. Share your thoughts on this film in the comments below. What did you think of the twists and turns? Was it worth the watch? Let's discuss.